it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. At the time of filming, this is Saturday evening, and we have left DC, but that is where we were. Well, we were in, actually, Virginia, not in Maryland, but we went to DC. That was the whole point of staying where we stayed, is so that we could go to Washington, DC. Don't mind the lighting. It's been flickering like funky waves in the video, and I don't know why. And then it stops again, and then it starts again. So, please forgive that. But this is Charm Grammy Crochet, and this is a travel video. We went to Washington, D.C. for the day. The main objective was to see the World War II Memorial, which we had never seen, and MLK Memorial, which we had also never seen. And then I wanted to see the city all at night, all lit up. I wanted to see all the monuments lit up at night. So we did spend a great deal of time at the World War II monument. My husband's father was a POW in World War II. He was a sniper in the B Company. He was taken prisoner when he was trying to save his friends. He was a prisoner for 4 months and was released. And then he re-enlisted. They let him go, and he re-enlisted because he had to go back and protect his comrades in arms. He never talked about his time there. We did not know that he had been a sniper. We did not know that he had Purple Heart and Silver Star until after he was deceased. But he did get... I thought it would be really cool for him to be buried in Arlington, but his family did not want that because he would be too far away. So he's buried locally, but he did have a military funeral with a 21-gun salute and a trumpeter and bagpipes, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. But he did have, they played taps and they shot the gun, and it was very awesome to see and experience that. Would have been more cool at Arlington, but you know, he has to be where they wanted him, or where he wanted to be, actually, with his wife. Which wives are buried at Arlington with their husbands. I mean, they are. And now, and vice versa. If you were in the military as a female, you can be buried in Arlington as well, and your husband could be buried with you, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm going to tell you, we're going to see some pictures. There's a couple of short videos. I'm going to try to put the pictures together and then talk over, so I can tell you what you're seeing. And some, it'll just be pictures, and there are a lot of, at the World War II monument, they had a lot of, what is the word I'm looking for? They had a lot of stuff written in the walls, quotes and things like that. And I took pictures of, I think, all of it. And I think you will be able to pause and read them if you so desire. If you don't, skip right through. There's a couple of videos that I'll put together that there's a wall that you walk past, and there's all these plaques of images. It looks like bronze cast, you know, that are images of wartime, World War II time, you know, getting off the duck boat, selling war bonds. So, and they're all like sculpted. And so I walked down the wall, and on the one side, the wall was glaring at me and I couldn't hardly see what I was doing. And on the other side, the sun was glaring at me and I couldn't see. So they're not the greatest, but you can get, I think you'll see them. For the most part, you'll see them. And there's fountains that are just gorgeous. And you'll see that as well. There's not too many videos that I actually took, but I will not talk during the videos. because I'm probably talking during the video anyway. And then there's a lot of pictures, and just keep going if I'm not talking, because it's what you've already seen, and you know what it is. Some things, there's a couple of buildings that were really cool that have really neat stories, but I don't remember what those buildings were. Like there's, they were like, oh, before he closed the door. He always slams the door. Anyway, there's many pictures of the Washington Monument, of, you know, a lot of different things. And so you might just see those, and I'm just going to, it's a Washington Monument. You know, how many times can I tell you that? I don't know all the details of the Washington Monument, but there are some things that I have pictures of that I will tell you the details of. Not a lot of things, or some cool, like, little fact that our tour guide told us that was kind of interesting. But I have a few pictures. We parked and walked past. Well, first we drove in. Did you know there is a spy museum? How cool would that be to go to? We did not go there because we did not park by there, but I saw it. I'm like, that's really cool that there's a spy museum. We parked as close as we could. We parked where we could find parking. And it wasn't really too far from the World War II Memorial, as it turns out. We were trying to figure out how to catch a bus, but we never saw one like stop where we could catch one. So we walked down, I don't know the names of the streets, but we walked down the street, and we happened to be walking past the U.S. Department of Agricultural building. And I'm going to stop here and put the pictures in, and then start it from there. Well, there will be a picture of the Spy Museum first as we drove past. And then you're going to come up with the agricultural building, and that's where I'm going to stop, add all this together, and try to talk from that point on. See how well it goes. But I'll tell you some facts about this big, huge building, because it's huge, when the pictures are in. So with that being said, I don't think I'll be back, other than you'll hear my voice, if it all works out well. So cross your fingers on that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. The next video, we are at a place right now called Sandy Point. We are in the northeastern, I think eastern, most part of North Carolina. And we're here because there's a lot of wildlife refuges, and that's Roy loves the birds, and so that's what we're trying to check out, is some birds. We have a beautiful view here. It'll be a whole different video, or I'll include it in another video depending on if we go to what he thinks we're on the water, so we might be able to just get what he wants to see and fish and just relax here tomorrow and enjoy the day. We're here for 2 nights. And then we're moving on the 3rd day. And heading towards the Outer Banks. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye to this part of the video, and I will catch up with you with the pictures. So this is the Spy Museum, and then this is the Agricultural Museum. It's 944 by 458 feet, so it's more than 3 football fields long. It was a long walk. This is the outside of the Holocaust Museum, and you guys, if you know me, you know there was no way I was going in there. I'd never survive it. Now we're up to the World War II Memorial. So this is the World War II. This is on the outside Memorial. Of the Memorial. We're standing just on the outside. It's beautiful. And we haven't been inside yet. We're next to West Virginia. It's got these big columns, and they all the columns have a name, wreaths on them, state associated with them. So we're gonna go in, walk around. You're allowed to put your feet in the water, but you're not allowed to walk in the water. This is the Pacific column. On the other side is the Atlantic column. Stop and read this. So here we're looking at the Lincoln Memorial in the background. There it is. I don't know if you can see the reflection pond up there. And then this way is the Washington Monument. Okay. Very cool. Of that wall, there it is. That wall. Here we mark the price of freedom. Stars on it. For all the soldiers that were killed in action. A bunch of stars back there. And it says, on the wall. This is the price you pay for freedom. Very touching. And very cool to see. Here you can see them reflected in the water there. And that's what's happening here. The ducks like it. And the ducks really enjoyed it. That's Roy in West Virginia. That's where his dad is from. And more of the memorial. Now all these are just still saying that I said would be there, and you're going to see the video coming up. These are just... So these are the statues I was telling you about, or the plaques. Now these are all the plaques I was telling you about. And again, feel free to pause and read them or just scroll through. And of course we have to prove we were there. Now we're coming up, just some shots of Washington Monument. I was trying to get to be able to see, how they line up all the things. It didn't work out so well for me. And the Washington Monument at night. That's the White House, and I was trying to zoom in to see if I could see inside the windows. Didn't. Of course, we're back to the the World War II Memorial at night. It was gorgeous at night, I have to say. The night tour was very cool. Okay, so this is Kilroy. Okay, I'm back. I forgot a couple of really cool things. So first of all, when we were at the World War II Museum, we didn't know this, but when we were on the night tour, the tour guide told us about Kilroy. Have you ever seen, and you'll see, or because I'll put it in right here, you'll see a picture of Kilroy, and it says Kilroy was here. During World War II, there was a guy named James Kilroy. He was a ship maker, but he was in the service. And he wrote on all of his ships, somewhere inconspicuous, this little character, this bald-headed man hiding behind the wall, if you will, and he wrote Kilroy was here to show that he inspected that ship. Well, that became a morale booster during World War II. all the servicemen, or a lot of them, would draw that after they have like been through that town, been through that area, to let people know they were already here and like it's good to go. And the incoming, new people seeing it would be like, it boosted their morale and helped build camaraderie. And so they were putting that all over, all over, just all over. And so when they built the World War II Memorial, the designer insisted that that be put on there, and it is conspicuous. It's in a little alcove that you don't go into. It's like not a place that you would go to look, and there it is. So very cool. So I wanted to put that in on the video when I showed the picture of Kilroy was here. So you'll see that, and that's kind of fun. So now we're coming up to Jefferson. Jefferson, you walk up and you see him facing you. He's a very tall man, 6'2", and he's got big feet, about size 12. Now, if you see behind him, there, if you look behind his statue, there's corn and books that you see behind him, because if you're standing behind him, you have his back. And if you're standing in front of him, he doesn't want you to see all the things that you see when you are his friend, because otherwise you're his foe. Washington Memorial from there. They said I was trying to catch it from all different angles. This is Martin Luther King Jr. And as you see in his memorial, he has no legs. And they did that because his march is not over. So he's still walking, and the statue is of him standing, so they didn't want to put legs on him. And actually, when we first walked in here at night with those stones the way they were, my first thought was, are we going to Survivor? But this is him. And it was a beautiful memorial there as well. And now we're going to the Marine Corps Memorial, and it was cool. It was cool. And this is Lincoln. Now, we have lots to say about Lincoln. The phrase, put your best foot forward, is because of this, from what I understand, is because of this and the way he has his one foot forward. And they also think that the way that his hands are has to do with sign language. Not sure if that's true or not, and I don't know enough about it to tell you more. Now, this is cool. Okay, you're going to need to stop this. Go back and look at it. And look really hard at the top of Lincoln's head. See if you see the face of a man sleeping. It's supposed to be, supposedly, Lincoln at rest. These next two shots, you're looking at the back of Lincoln's head, and you should also be able to see the face of another man. Just any man, it's just a man. I don't know if it's Lincoln watching his own back, but if you, again, pause the video, just look from behind the ear back to the back of Lincoln's head, and see if you can see the man. Now we went on to the Korean War Memorial. Very cool. These statues are placed so that no matter where you are in the exhibit, somebody has you in their line of sight, because the Marines, during the Korean War, they always wanted to have your back. Then there's these mural pictures, and that's the support staff of the men who has their back. Then we went to the Capitol. I walked 15,081 steps. Oh my God. See you, bye.